The Sleeper Pig, where are they now? Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content and you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, you've been watching for the channel for a while and you haven't hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? This is a perfect time. New series right here. It's going to be quarterly, but it's still a new series. So hit that subscribe button. Yes, guys. The Sleeper Pick, where are they now? This is a spin-off series based off of the top 10 most pulled comic books of the week. That series takes place on Tuesdays, and at the end of the video, I always do a Sleeper Pick. So I'm going to be keeping track of all the Sleeper Picks, and every quarter we're going to discuss to see if these books are still on my pull list. Are they studs? Are they duds? And I want to know in the comments below, are they still on your pull list as well? Now, this series started way back, not too long ago, August 14th of 2024, but we're only going to start at the beginning of this year. And like I said, we're going to go to the end of May, then I think we'll go to about October, and then we'll go to the end of the year on the other Sleeper Picks. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and let's get started here. Okay, so we're going to go down the line starting from January 8th, 2025, all the way up into this most recent week. And like I said, I want to know in the comments below, are you still reading these books or did you drop them? Or did you even pick them up to begin with? I had to write all this stuff on a piece of paper. Going forward, I'll be putting it on the computer since this is a legit series going forward. So starting with January 8th, 2025, Lucky Devils issue 1 was the sleeper pick of that week. So brand new series, creators from 8 Billion Genies trying to see if it's going to capture lightning in a bottle again. So I read the first 3 issues of this, and even though it's not a bad series, it's not quite the same like 8 Billion Genies. I don't even know that many people who are really talking about it. I feel it's a little bit convoluted. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it to try to make sense of the comic book. So unfortunately, I did drop this book. Did you? Let me know in the comments below. And then we move on to January 15th, 2025. We have Space Ghost issue 9. I've been harping to get people to read Space Ghost. At this point, if you didn't read it, it was probably gonna be hard to find issues or back issues of it. It's ending at issue 12. It's gonna kick off with a new volume, and I think they're gonna release a trade with it, but I will still back this book up 100%. It's one of the best books of 2024, also in 2025. So yeah, this was one of the best sleeper picks ever. This is Space Ghost. This is issue 9. All right, the next one is the week of January 22nd, 2025. This was Deadly Tales of Gunslinger. This was the second issue. This one is obviously following up on the first issue, and I had to recommend this to people because the first issue was that good. It was dark and gritty. We get to see kind of like this origin story of how Javier became the gunslinger, and when you look at it now, the past couple issues haven't been that great because you've had a different artist. So now this book winds up being kind of like on my hot seat because of the artist change, even though the regular artist is coming back. And how is the story going to move itself forward? Because a lot of the Spawn books tend to be very stagnant. They don't move the story forward. So let's see if this continues to be the book it once was when it was first released. February 5th, 2025, we have Savage Tales Winter 2025 issue 1. So this was nothing really special. This was a one and done book. This was basically a magazine that had different stories on it. So I'm not sure if any of you guys actually really bought this one. All right, so here is what I would say, in my eyes, is the biggest letdown of 2025 so far. This was released on February 12th, 2025. This is the Hive issue 1. This was a sleeper pick that I recommended for you guys to pick up, thinking that this could be a great independent book from Image Comics, and this was the biggest letdown. This is about some I don't know if it was like some mob boss. She called herself like the Queen Bee, and she had her hive, but it just didn't make sense. The story was all over the place, and I don't know anybody who's reading this book anymore. I think a lot of people dropped it after issue 2, myself included. Next, for February 19th, 2025, we had Godzilla the Heist, issue 1. I'm currently not reading this book anymore just because I read so much. But the first issue was quite interesting, as we had this person who's like this master cat burglar who can have a device that controls Godzilla so he can make the master score. Pretty interesting concept. I think people still read it. So I want to know if you guys are enjoying it. The next one was released on February 26th, 2025. This book was ranked 65 in the League of Comic Geeks, and this is Cullen Bunn's Jump Scare issue 1. So I was notified this by my good friend Brant Fowler that I do Comic Book Weekly with. He does a video called Friday First, and he was like, oh, this sounds interesting. And Jump Scare, I think, is on a lot of people's radar now, where we have a girl who acquires superpowers of the horrific kind, right? She can think of a weapon that came from a horror movie, and it happens, and she defeats other monsters and creatures. Such an interesting concept. Really good book, still up until this day. I think we most recently got issue 3 released. Now we come out with March 12th, 2025. We had Nick Fury versus Fin Fang Foom. So this is a lot of those Marvel team-up books that Marvel has been putting out. We had the Captain America one, we had this one come out, and they all have been really good. And the Nick Fury one was him dealing with Fin Fang Foom. It's pretty simplistic storytelling, but it was an interesting concept, and I enjoyed it. So if you like these team-up books, I don't see why you wouldn't want to pick this one up. The next sleeper pick was released on March 26, 2025. This was Vampirella issue 1, a new volume. It was ranked 76. And the only reason why it was ranked 76 was because there was a Mark Spears cover attached to it. Otherwise, I think it would have been a little bit higher. However, when it comes to these Vampirella books, I don't feel that they're ever new reader friendly to understand what's going on. And I'm not sure how many of you guys have actually picked this up and read it or are talking about it. They're basically cover buys, I think. So let me know if you are reading it. The next one was for April 2nd, 2025. This is I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer, issue 1. This one is done by Doug Wagner. He came out with Plastic, and I will recommend these books all day long. I think they're absolutely awesome, and I want to know if you guys took a chance on this. This is a book about a girl who winds up becoming goes to a school to be a fashion designer, and she literally kills her victims to make her clothes. It's pretty dark, it's creepy, it's almost like she has this fetish, she has this itch to where she has to kill people, and she uses their skin to make clothes, but I like it. It's a good book. Did you check it out? All right, the next sleeper pick came out on April 9th, 2025. It's Vatican City. This is issue 1. I thought the story was just very simplistic for a Mark Millar book. The art was maybe not the best, and it has to deal with vampires coming into the Vatican to unbury their queen. So it wasn't the best. I automatically put it on my pull list because it is Mark Millar. I think it's a 3 or 4 issue miniseries. I know people were saying that they were disappointed with it, but are you going to continue it? The next one was released on April 23rd, 2025. This one was the conclusion to Those Not Afraid. This was about 2 serial killers that were competing to have the most kills, right? This was a conclusion to that story. Really well done. If you guys never read it, I suggest find it in trade when it comes out. The next sleeper pick came out April 30th, 2025. I didn't want to know what you guys thought of Lost Fantasy issue 1. This had an homage cover to Final Fantasy. Interesting book. It almost reminded me of Something is Killing the Children here, where we had monsters that are coming out of the ground, and we got this person that has all this magic, and it's got to contain these monsters. So pretty interesting book, and you're led to believe that maybe this character might have died at the end, but that's not the case. He's very much magic based. May 7th, 2025, we had Blood and Thunder issue 1. Did you guys put this on your pull list after the first issue? What'd you think about it? It was about a female bounty hunter that has a talking gun, right? And she goes after obviously bad guys in here. She brings them into the police. She's been invited to the academy. She kind of declines. There's a villain that's escaping a prison, and it looks like it's going to be her job to stop this villain. Pretty interesting book. I liked it. It's done by Skybound. Robert Kirkman is behind the project. So, you know, I have faith in the book. And then our most recent sleeper pick, it came out May 14, 2025. It's current. Exquisite Corpses issue 1. I thought the first issue was great. You have a variant cover that's polybag that comes out with a trading card, where this is actually going to be a card game in 2026. But it's about a wealthy families, 12 of them or 13 of them, that are putting their champion at the front, and they're gonna fight to the death. And it's during Halloween. That is so freaking cool. I absolutely loved it. Did you put it on your pull list after the first issue? So there you guys have it. There is the sleeper picks for the first quarter here. You can expect the second round to come out around October or September, around there. Let me know if you guys like this. Let me know if you think this is a good idea. It's good to see if these books stick on your pull list, and did I hit or did I miss when it came to the sleeper pick. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll leave you more content right here for you to click on. And of course, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read those comics so we can have great comic conversation. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Bye.